Okay, y'all. I have no idea what order I'm gonna upload this stuff in, but I know the last thing I filmed me sowing seeds in this bed over here. I talked about seasoning your garden, and then I had these. So I want to let y'all know I watered these in first. Then I put BT on them. Okay, because it don't make sense to put BT on them, then turn around and water them from overhead. You're gonna wash all your BT off. So that's what I just got through doing, y'all. But I just kind of wanted to take, and this, like I said, I sowed seeds here. I watered them in real good, best I could. I'll probably come back in if it don't water, rain today, come back in and water those um, again this evening. I need to repot that blueberry, and I'm on the fence. I think I know what I want to do with that blueberry. I think I want to put that blueberry in the ground because I think it'll just do better. And up under this pine tree, there's so much of that pine bark, and pine bark is acidic. I want to put, and I know y'all gonna say the pine straw acidic too. No, it ain't. The green ones are, not the brown ones. Green acidic, brown neutral. Okay, so but I kind of want to put it over there because green pine needles do fall over there from time to time. And like I said, all of that pine bark and stuff over there. But I wonder, I fear, I don't know if it'll be able to compete with that pine tree. I wonder if the roots will overrun it. I don't know. But what I want to do is I want to dig a nice little hole, put compost down in there like a fairly big hole, and really amend the soil, and then plant that blueberry and backfill it to give that blueberry a fighting chance. But I want to do it either now or maybe when the leaves fall off, because blueberries are deciduous. So I want to show y'all why. See that blueberry escape that pot while it was sitting over there, which I knew it did when I had it sitting over in that bed. It did that. So I'm either gonna repot it, I'm either gonna dig into that ground and plant it right over there, or, which I'm kind of on the fence about that, it's kind of close to the street. Negroes figure out there's blueberries. Good Lord. I already know what they're going to do. I may plant it there, but I don't know if it's going to get enough sunshine. But if I cut all of that oak, all that stuff, it would get enough sunshine. I got to think about it. I might just put it in a bigger pot. That's maybe what I do for right now, so that I can think about it. Y'all, I try, when I put stuff in the ground, I try not to, I try to think on it, because I don't like all that dig up, put down, dig up, put down, dig up. I don't like all that. So it rained a little bit this morning. I sprayed some BT last night, but it washed a lot of that off. So I came back out here, sprayed my BT again. And I want to show y'all how resilient these radishes. See, they may be chewed up, but it's new leaves already. So you see all this stuff where it's just about 8 down to the stem. Like I said, we got 3 or 4, 5 days of rain, and it was really nothing that I could do. And when you're gardening, you need to anticipate that. And you can see how healthy and pretty these radishes were. So needless to say, when I came out here and saw this, I wasn't too happy, but I'm just gonna throw that down in between there. Don't let none of these leaves and things get away from you. This stuff can feed other plants. I hear people be talking about, oh, I don't want to put this in that and this on that and this. Child, when the worms eat your stuff, you can reuse these leaves. It's just worms eating them. Like, it's not like it's something else that may be contagious or what have you. But I'm going to be honest and tell y'all the truth. And a lot of people say, see, roly-polies don't make it no better. They get up on your stuff. But the roly-polies hadn't been getting up on here until that rain. That rain ran them up on these plants. But most of that's worm damage. Most of that is not roly-poly damage. I'm going to be honest, y'all. Which I hardly ever get blight. It depends on what kind of blight it is. If it's fire blight, I burn that stuff. Like pear wood and stuff I think got fire blight on it. I burn that. I haven't had tomato blight in so long, but I remember before I moved here, I did have some tomato blight. I composted those stems. I composted them stems on them. And I let that stuff sit for so long. Sometimes I think that people don't understand stuff has to live in a certain environment for it to proliferate. Blight likes to be on plants. Not saying it can't live in the soil, it can, but I remember the particular compost that I composted down in. I didn't touch that compost for 2 years. Look at there. Just look at there. Y'all can't tell me. And there's people talking about rip out your peppers. Don't get me started. I'm not gonna get started on that today, y'all. But I do want to show you this. Y'all see all the blooms? I'm gonna try to go slow where y'all can see. See, y'all see it's been pollinated already. But can you see all the flowers? So, like I said, if you pick as they become ripen, cause see, look, these some little babies that just come on. Y'all excuse my hand. I've been playing in the dirt. Excuse me. But I resprayed all this with BT. I saw worms on here dangling in death. You know, and this is something I want to tell people. I'm starting to realize how many people out here are just picky eaters. Look, that's a ladybug larva. I've seen a lot of those out here. I'm glad that I'm seeing them. I'm so glad that I'm seeing the ladybug larva. I like giving them a home. And I like that they eat up stuff. And I've been seeing a lot of honeybees too. Anyway, back to the picky eaters. I've been noticing a lot of people is picky eaters and stuff like that. And I get it. But y'all stop there. That's childish. When you scared to try stuff, it's just you just eating. I'm not saying eat. Like, what's that fish that can kill you if it ain't prepared right? Is it if it's puffer fish? I'm not saying that. But I'm just saying, for instance, these people, stuff I hear people saying, stuff is so stupid. It's like, but you know, those are the people not trying to be funny. I wouldn't run with them. You don't go anywhere. You don't do anything. You don't know anything. You haven't tried anything. You're not trying to grow. You're not trying to, you see what I'm saying? The way you do one thing is the way you do everything. I guarantee you, 9 times out of 10, a person, a real picky eater, they scared to do 90% of stuff in life. But, and the reason why I say that is because sometimes understand that, and you know, I hate to say it, but I had to teach my neighbor this, and even my neighbor told me. Now, my neighbor's 71 years old. There's no way in hell I'm finna sit up and make like I know more than him. He's lived extremely too long for me. You know, he's old enough to just about be my granddaddy. But even him, swear up and down, I don't like no beets, because he only eat 4 things, I swear. Peas, any kind of cowpea that sucker will eat. Any kind of cornbread he'll eat. Fried fish and barbecue. Other than that sucker acts like he don't want to eat nothing. But I guess because he trusts me and he know I'm not going to poison him, he'll try stuff. That sucker swore him down he didn't like beets. I fed him some beets. He didn't even know what he was eating. He said, "What is these things?" I said, "Beets." "You're lying." Yeah, that's what I thought. Because once again, and I keep trying to tell people, some of this stuff, first of all, getting it fresh out the garden, the flavor is going to be different. Y'all think I'm lying. That's why kids don't like food, like vegetables a lot of time. The vegetables in the store, they're flavorless. You're asking the child to like something flavorless, or a lot of time, like for instance, broccoli, the main flavor that's left is that sulfur flavor. Nobody likes to taste. Who likes to taste of that? You get what I'm saying? It's hard to find really good in comparison to what you grow. And if you have not grown broccoli and eaten it fresh out of your garden, you're not going to understand what I'm saying. Because fresh out of your garden, broccoli has a sweetness to it. It has a kind of earthy note to it. I think kids can get behind that. It's hard for kids to get behind and stuff like these peas and things. Sweet peas out the garden taste totally different than what they do at the store. They're way sweeter. They're almost like candy. So it's like, same thing with corn. You have had corn or carrots till you had them fresh out the garden. Carrots have an aroma to them fresh out of the garden. I kid you not. And y'all, I'm really just walking and talking with y'all and surveying and look, see what I see. Y'all see how bad the peas looking? They're still blooming, but they look bad. I'm probably gonna come in here and pull. I do have, y'all can see all the pea pods, but some of these, once again, like I said, some of them still kind of like they empty, like, and they are getting enough water. They've gotten plenty of water, but I have some like this here that you know. But anyway, carrots have an aroma to them. When you pull them up, you can smell them. And when you and a lot of people don't understand, a lot of your taste is wrapped up in your smell too. I forget how much they say your smell plays a role on taste. Like if a person hold their nose or you block the smell, the food don't taste the same. Because a large percentage of your taste has to do with smell. So just imagine if you eat a carrot. Them carrots in the store, the aroma's gone. It's gone. They taste okay. You know, carrots in the store taste okay. It's one of the few things that taste just okay to me. But out of the garden, a carrot out the garden, honey. You can't beat that with a stick. But that's why I say, you know, picky eaters a lot of times understand, especially if you grew up eating stuff out the can all the time, bro, your taste buds is broke from jump. Like, not trying to be funny, that when you cultivate a kid's mouth to a can, don't do that. That's the worst thing in the world you can do to a child, because they think everything is supposed to be taste like that. I really do believe that over processed foods, like canned foods, don't get me wrong, it's a couple of things that I do get out of can. Crushed tomatoes, things of that nature. Crushed tomatoes or diced tomatoes or stewed tomatoes, I get them out the can. But carrots, peas, potatoes, greens, any of that, I'm not eating that out the can. That stuff tastes terrible out the can. Sorry, it's only a few little things that in the can in the pinch will do. But all this other stuff out the can, y'all don't cultivate no child mouths to eat out the can like that. Because they get accustomed to that. You know what I'm saying? If a child grow up eating potted meat, they think all meat's supposed to taste like that. If they grow up eating potted meat, because understand when you grow up and things you do as a child, that becomes nostalgic and it imprints on your memory. And sometimes it's not that that stuff tastes good. It's that it brings back good memories. And that's fine to a point, but also train your children that explore. Don't be so one-dimensional. Because that's another thing. I met somebody yesterday, and I just said to myself, I see why some people are single. I see why. I see why they're single. I see why nobody... You, just like, not trying to be funny, my neighbor, he's single. And a woman, he can't keep a woman. But you're so stubborn and you don't like to do nothing. Because you're scared to do everything. No woman wants to be with you like that. Sorry. You mean you never want to go out? You never want to do anything? Okay, well, I'm finna go find me a man that do like to do something. Because there's plenty of them out there, trust me. There's plenty of fish in the sea. But yeah, it's just, you know, and he get mad at me because I tell him the truth. Lonzo, you don't like to do nothing. Women don't like even a homebody like me. Damn it, I want to go out sometime. I want to get in them streets sometime. I want to put on some clothes and look good for somebody sometime. Shit, I don't want to sit in the house all the time. Now, don't get me wrong. I'll kick my feet up and turn the TV on in a minute. But we not doing that 24/7. We really not. And I'm going to be real. I believe in saving and having money and this is that and other, but hell, you can't take all that money with you. So you can save and do all that stuff. So what I'm saying is I'm going to spend some of it while I'm here. And if you don't want to get out and do nothing, I bet you I'm going to get out and do something. Y'all see me harvesting a little bit off these peas. The peas and stuff out here looking pretty good. But yeah, all this stuff where you raise people up to stay a child. Nah, my daddy's that way too. I mean, he like to go and do stuff, but his mouth. I can't never go nowhere. I see why him and my mama didn't work out. Like, because you want to go to a nice... One time I said something about... Somebody was taking me to a nice restaurant. Oh, that's kind of pricey. You like the food they serve there? Hell, I don't know. I ain't never been, but I'm finna go find out. You see what I'm saying? People they be so scared to go and do anything. What difference do it make? This is the thing. If you go and you don't like the food, you might be a little mad because you paid a little money and you didn't like it. But you had the experience. You can't just look at it and say, well, hey, I went there. You know what I'm saying? I went there. It was all right. Or I went there. It was delicious. You know, and the food did turn out to be delicious. But, child, some people just be so, I just don't know what to do. But like I said, when you're raising these boys, I've heard these men say this, they don't believe in courting a woman. They don't believe in taking them out on no dates or nothing. I've heard that foolishness. Okay. And Negro, you're gonna be single too. Or if you're not single, the woman you get is gonna be so low quality. Just get ready. That woman gonna be low quality as hell. Gonna be real low quality. I'm gonna water this in. I planted this with you all in another video. Like I said, the video I just got through doing. But I didn't water it in. Y'all can't tell me that Okinawa spinach is not pretty. And to be honest, the camera ain't doing that purple on the back justice. It really is not doing it justice. I don't know when I'm gonna pull. Y'all know how I do my turmeric and ginger, y'all. I usually pull it after the frost. The frost is not gonna mess up your tubers up under the ground, your rhizome. It's not gonna mess that up. It'll just kill the tops. But that's what I usually do. I usually just let it just. Same thing with sweet potatoes. I just let them just ride on out till they can't do nothing no more. All right. So let me see. Let's go over here. Go back here. Now y'all see the little seedlings I had planted up in the front. This tomato here, I think I'm gonna plant it in the greenhouse. Not sure what kind of tomato it is. Volunteers are beautiful. And I want to say this as a metaphor. If you watched some of my previous videos, remember when I said, you know, sometimes you have to be a little tough on your children. Don't break them, but you don't need to be super, super soft. Case in point, volunteer. That's a volunteer. What do your volunteers have to do? Those are not seeds that you planted and you cared for and you cultivated. Those are seeds that fell out of the seed pack, got kicked onto some soil, got rained on, some kind of way found a way to germinate, plant their roots in the soil, all this kind of, you see what I'm saying? Those volunteers had to fight for survival. And them be your strongest plants. They had to earn their place in Wild Kingdom. Them be your strongest. See what I'm saying? Y'all better start treating these children like volunteers. Y'all better start treating them like volunteers. Now, don't get me wrong. When I see a volunteer, he'd get treated like royalty. But if you went through all that just so you could germinate and come up in some wild random place that I did not plant you, in some of these cases, these seeds have been eaten by something and pooped out. You went all the way through something. That's just like Jonah in the whale. See, Jonah got coughed up. These seeds got pooped out and they still worked out. See what I'm saying? That's why I said, you know, you have to be thinking. Just like this is a pepper here. That's a volunteer. I don't know what kind of pepper. Look at how these seeds looking. Now, I will say this. It's kind of dark back here. And I think onions like more sunlight than anything. So, what I'm going to do is, I got a whole bunch of onions out there. But I got some leeks. These are leeks too. Which, what I'm going to do is, wait a minute. Oh, shit, you sitting in a bunch of water. Y'all don't need to sit in that kind of water. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to bring these leeks outside. I'm going to let these leeks come outside. I might set those trays right there too. I don't know. I ain't made up my mind. I didn't make up my mind. But I'm going to set these leeks over here. Set them right there. Okay? Them trays, it's dark in there. It's very, very humid. It's not a lot of airflow in there. I don't think they love that. The germination rate on the onions outside. Let me say this, y'all. When it comes to planting these onions, I'll show y'all what I do. That's not necessarily a tutorial, because anybody who knows me knows that I'm still trying to get the art of growing onions from seed down pat. I do not have it like that. Sets, I can show y'all all day how to do them sets, but I mean, a set is just like getting a start, you know. You just plant them at the right time of year. Plant them early spring when the days get long enough. Plant them early spring, feed them right when the days get long enough to take off. Onion seeds are not exactly the same. I think I'm gonna have more luck with those than those. These over here are my best specimens. These are seeds that I saved personally myself. I did germinate them back there in the greenhouse. But then I brought them outside. And you see how good they look? And like I said, I'm fighting the squirrels where the squirrels been digging. But these are the best looking specimens that I have. You can see the size on them. They're pretty. So, and I'm going to get them out of there. They got to come out of there and go into something better, which I have that blue pot I think they may go into. I'm going to put them all in that one big blue pot and let them get big enough to be sets. And then when they're sets, I'm going to plant them out in the spring. But yeah, those onions in the trays that I did, I'm going to call that a fail. The germination rate off top wasn't that great, which this germination was better outside. I think onions they just do better outside. Not saying you can't do them inside. I clearly have not figured it out. But you know, this is a learning process, and I'm taking y'all with me. That's the whole purpose. When these start getting an abundant, remember my life support? Remember they was on life support when I got them from Lowe's, and then when they came here, at one point I thought they was on hospice. I was running a hospice care place. Look at this. Look at all this new growth since the rain. Barbados cherries, you can tell they're truly tropical. They love the rain. They love it. Somebody that's got a Barbados cherry, tell me, have you ever left yours outside? If you did it do okay? Look at these. Here go my bloom. I don't know if this is going to pollinate or not. I don't know. That other one look like it's trying to do something. I don't know. I'm trying to tickle some pollen. I got some pollen on my fingers. So maybe it'll do something. I want to taste one of them for the season is out, but I don't know if I'm going to make it. The birds been over here pooping like crazy. It's bird poop everywhere. But they do roost. I say roost, but is that what they do up in them trees? Look at this. Okay. You done burst open. I can't even hardly get you off. Okay, I got you. Do anybody want any seeds for this? Y'all see all them? If anybody wants any mature seeds, that's the first time. Oh, latex comes out of this thing. Anyway, this is the first time I've ever really gotten a significant, look like amount of seeds. I'm finna find me an organza bag to put these seeds in. These seeds, once this sucker busts open like this, the wind blows and it blows them. They have those feathers on them. I don't know if you can see that if I stop. See those things? They have those feathers and open it when the wind blows. Them suckers blow away and blow everywhere. And they plant themselves. That's why I said, see, once again, back to the volunteers. The way this is intended to grow, like, against our odds. When the wind blows, you don't know where you're going to land. It ain't guaranteed you're going to land on the ground. You can land in a tree. You can land anywhere. But, you know what I'm saying? So, once again, going back to the way nature and things do. I need an organza bag, oh. Yeah, there's one. Come here to me. Come here to me. I'm dropping. I'm trying to get them all in there, y'all. Yeah. Now. Boom. I'm going to set that over there. Let that dry some. I dropped one or two on the ground, but it'll be all right. So that was an unsuspected. So I consider that a harvest when I harvest. That's another reason I got to get those peas out of there. Where those peas are, I could be planting sugar snaps. That's 2 beds. 3 beds. 2-3 beds where I could go ahead and start my sugar snaps and those Alaskas and stuff that Sweet Tomato Vine Homestead sent me. So yeah, like I said, it's a dance. But some of this stuff has got to move around. Some of this stuff got to move around. So I still been pulling those little fake strawberries out of there as they bloom. Did I show y'all the strawberries? I found those yesterday. So I'm starting to kind of figure out, I think, between the fake and the real strawberries. These are real. I think these are real. But see how yellowish these are? But I'm not 100% for sure. The way I know for sure is when they bloom, their flowers are yellow. And then if you miss the flower and you see the fruit kind of look like a strawberry, but it looks weird. It's not, you can tell it's not a strawberry. So, yeah, y'all, I ain't gonna hold y'all no longer. This video long enough. Till next time, see you guys later.